my name is Misha Caleb. I'm an HR professional and founder of the nonprofit Advanced Guyana. We're recently launching a new career mentorship program that's also virtual and free. And this is a 3-month career mentorship program where we will be networking and pairing aspiring Guyanese young adults with really seasoned professionals in hopes of building a stronger network within our Guyanese community. So basically, we'll have a system set up where we'll have a series of workshops dedicated towards developing yourself professionally as young adults, as well as pairing you with these professionals so that you're able to get that networking experience and really just develop yourselves professionally.
Great. Would you tell us a little bit more about the detail and curriculum of the mentorship program, please?
So really the curriculum is, we first start off with branding yourself professionally because I think that's really important and needed. There's no other place where you're able to learn that throughout your schooling, and I think specifically for those ages between 17 to 25, it's really pivotal for you to learn that information. So we'll start off with professional branding, and then we'll go into more communicating professionally and how to conduct yourself in a professional environment. Then we'll move on to resume building and CV letters and making sure that you have all of those skills and techniques in order to have the most efficient resume and CV letters. And later on, we'll learn about networking. So networking just outside of the mentorship program even. And just throughout your journey as a young professional, I think the networking is extremely important. So we'll definitely be covering that as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the clarification and the additional detail. And Misha, I have to say, I really admire your passion about this. So tell us about what brought this about. Like, what even inspired this idea, this goal, this project, and how did it get underway? Thanks.
Yeah, so I am a Guyanese immigrant myself, and my journey started in Guyana after we migrated to the United States. And I found that there were so many opportunities within the States where I was able to brand myself professionally and have internship opportunities as well as career mentorship opportunities as well. So I thought that this was really needed within Guyana. After you take the CXC and you take all of these other curriculum and courses, I find that we have bright and brilliant students who really just need to hone in on their professional skills and development. So that's why I created Each One Teach One. And I also wanted to incorporate that aspect of mentorship as well to make sure that we're really coming together as a community and our older generation is able to influence. And even if you're within that my age group as well, you have that ability, you have the power of knowledge, and you have the ability to also mentor your peers as well. So I really wanted to hone in on that mentorship aspect of it, and that's why I created Each One Teach One.
I see, and that's wonderful. And you make a valid point about sort of bridging the professional gap and by allowing younger professionals and even aspiring professionals in the diaspora who may not have role models, professional role models in various places to be exposed. I certainly understand the importance of the project. Tell me a little bit about your own exposure in Guyana, the experiences you had that kind of created this, initiated this, that gave you that why.
Yeah.
Right.
So I actually left Guyana. The last set of schooling that I had in Guyana was Farm 2. And that was when I went back permanently to the United States after, being there in Farm 2 and then coming over for high school and college thereafter. So I had that experience of seeing what the academic climate was in Guyana and seeing the, the standards for taking the CXC and the, primary school curriculum that you take
Common
entrance, exactly, which I took and I happily went to Anna Regina Multilateral Secondary. And I think
Essequibian.
Exactly. So just having that experience and being able to sit in that climate, I know that I think that's one of the biggest and pressing issues when after students, I should say, have worked so hard during those exams, now they're looking for a job and they're deciding where to go thereafter. And it's difficult because of the fact that they don't have the connections sometimes necessary, as well as the skills and the resources, I should say, to be able to hone in on their professional development.
I see. And what it does in addition to that, I see you helping to, even when you have the education,
Yeah.
right? You get the subjects and so on. As we would say in the professional realm, there are those soft skills
Yes.
that you need to develop as an HR professional.
Yes.
You talk about developing yourself professionally in the workplace. You talk about mastering communication.
Exactly.
Right. So
All
drill down
really
a little bit
important.
on those for me.
Yeah, all really pertinent job. Like no matter what your career field is, those are all really pertinent information that you should know and hone in on as a young professional, as a professional in general. So I think that's why I focus so heavily on them, is because I want to make sure that I'm giving these students the tools, or young adults the tools and the resources that they need to be able to work within any sort of, career field or job experience whatsoever.
Wonderful, wonderful. And obviously commendable effort. But I want to pivot a little bit to the organization, the broader organization.
Okay.
So we talked about, did you mention the deadlines for each one, teach one?
So the deadline for each one teach one is the 30th of May 30th. So
Right.
definitely make sure that you check out our website. We have all the applications linked there, as well as the program guide. So you'll be able
Right.
to see not just that I'm speaking, the things that I'm speaking about, but you'll
Right.
be able to see it physically as
Please
well.
tell us the website,
www.advancedguyana.com.
advancedguyana.com. So if you have obviously most of us have a smartphone.
Yeah.
You can go on the website and the applications are there
Yes.
through the 31st. What is this?
Through the
May?
30th.
30th of May.
Yeah, 30th is
wonderful.
May.
30th
Our
of May.
first workshop is actually the 30th, so I just wanted to make sure that I put in that deadline so you're able to make the workshop.
Right.
But we'll also be uploading that into our folder for resources, so you'll be able
Right.
to access that afterwards. We just want to make sure that you're sitting in during those virtual, meetings, so that you can
Yes.
ask your questions and be able to get that one-on-one experience as well.
Wonderful. And now I want to ask about the organization outside of Each One Teach One,
Yeah.
Advanced Guyana. Could you please make that connection for us?
Yeah,
Misha?
so with Advanced Guyana, it really just started as a way for us to empower the next generation of Guyanese leaders through early childhood literacy, but also career planning. So my mother was an English teacher, and she's really instilled the value of learning and reading
Wonderful.
into me. So I
A CPCE trained
and
educator.
UG grad as well.
Graduate, right, okay.
So yeah, she's really just instilled that value in me, and I wanted to make sure that when we created Advanced Guyana, we were able to, have something for the younger kids as well. So we've been able to have events at the Nabaclis Library and put on like storytelling hour where the kids come and they get that introduction into the
This is in
library
Guyana.
atmosphere. Yes, in Guyana.
The Bacalus on the
East Coast, East Coast of Marara.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so they get that introduction to the library atmosphere and making sure that they know that that library is there and for their
Yes.
benefit,
Yes.
but also being able to just come and engage in storytelling and also win prizes and all the fun things that kids love. And more recently, because we launched the Each One Teach One program, we're focusing now on young adults and making sure that they get the tools and resources they need to
see.
start career planning and career development.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Misha.
course.
It is amazing. One, thank you for your initiative and for this project, for the vision
Yeah.
and the execution. It's work. I know it's work. Coordinating and collaborating, getting people to give up their time, and this is free.
Yeah.
Right? It's not as if you're asking anybody for money. You're simply sharing your own
Exactly.
skill set and hoping to enrich the lives and the skills of others.
Exactly.
And that's commendable. And then for availing yourself to come talk with me this morning, right?
No worries.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna edit this up. Is there anything else you want to mention? I know you mentioned your own immigration experience. You mentioned your upbringing in Guyana. Any other factors you think, personal journey, motivation that inspired your effort, that you think this is an opportunity to share a message?
Yeah.
Feel free.
I think one, just going out to the mentors out there as well, because I have mentorship applications available and we've just had some amazing people who also volunteered their time to be a mentor. I think my dedication is really developing our country and making sure that we're creating a bigger and brighter Guyana in general. And we can take that up on ourselves and we can, use our own skills and abilities to really just enforce that standard. And it's really commendable when you really just pour into not only just your community, but also the younger generation within your community, because this is your future, you know, the
Yes.
future leader. So I
Yes.
think if you have the availability to be able to volunteer your time, definitely take the time out, and I know the younger adults will definitely appreciate it
Benefit
and
from it.
benefit from it, especially.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much.